Billionaire was worried about his daughter's sexy outfit. Suddenly, a weird noise comes. The bald man steps out to check. A girl, covered in wounds, cries for help. She's been stabbed over 30 times. It's a miracle she's still alive. The police track down the spot where she was buried alive, but what they uncover leaves them stunned. The FBI mobilizes a full team, exhuming every single body. They count 19 victims. The autopsy reveals each girl had a patch of skin cut from her chest. All of them were sex workers who had undergone breast augmentation surgery. The lone survivor, Haley, is a 20-year-old Ukrainian girl. She and her sister came to New York chasing dreams, only to be lured by traffickers with fake job offers and turned into money-making commodities.
But what about my sister? Please. My sister.
The FBI raids the traffickers' hideout, but it's already been cleared out. All that's left are filthy, stained mattresses and a makeshift surgical table for breast implants. The investigation shifts focus to illegal immigrant doctors. Eventually, they identify an elderly suspect, but before agents can arrest him, someone got to him first. The agents split up to chase the killer. A fight breaks out. The suspect escapes, but not before leaving a fingerprint on the wall. Cops match the print to an identity and rush to his apartment. The place is empty, but what they find inside is chilling. His balcony overlooks the mass grave where the 19 victims were found. This guy is a full-blown psychopath. With their operation exposed, the traffickers switch tactics, now offering in-call services. An undercover cop poses as a client to lure them in.
Are you ready?
3 girls enter at once, throwing him off flustered.
Do you want to choose or do you like all 3 of us?
First you pay $500 for half hour for all 3, $900 for the hour, you decide.
So $900. Now, if I go with the $900 plan, but I don't need all that time, do I get any money back? A rebate of some kind? Or?
No.
No.
Outside, undercover cops swoop in, taking down the driver and extract the location of the trafficker's main base. The psychopath is taken down. The girls in the basement are rescued, including Haley's sister.
Brooke? It's okay. Haley sent me to find you.
A woman is getting ready to give birth, but from next door, loud party music blasts. Her husband goes over to talk, but the man ignores him. Until...
Turn the music down. Now.
But as soon as they get home, the noise gets even louder. Who happens to be a cop, recognizes the sound instantly. Gunshots. She quickly calls the police station, but the neighbor insists it's just an action movie. She doesn't buy it, but without proof, there's nothing she can do. She pretends to drop it, but as soon as she gets home, she grabs her binoculars and secretly watches. That's when she sees it. The neighbor and his buddies, lifting a human-sized bundle into the trunk of a car. Quietly, she sneaks over. Once the men step away, she opens the trunk. Inside, there's a drum of hydrofluoric acid. Looks like they're getting rid of a body. Just as she's about to check the bundle, she hears the door open. She quickly ducks and runs to hide, but she forgets to close the trunk. The man rushes over to check. He's about to head towards the bushes where she's hiding. Right then, her husband shows up just in time, pretending to look for their lost cat. "Hey, have you seen our cat?" The distraction works. She slips away, but she doesn't realize she left her handprint in the dirt. By now, she's about to give birth, but she still calls the station, telling them to keep an eye on the suspect. Her contractions get stronger. Her husband comforts her, waiting for the ambulance. But suddenly, the security alarm blares. The system shows that a window downstairs has been opened. 2 seconds later, power cut. The house goes dark. She grabs her gun and holds her position. Her husband takes a baseball bat and steps outside. Soon, a flashlight beam creeps closer to her. She gets ready to fight, but the contractions hit harder. Meanwhile, the man sneaks into the bedroom. It's empty. As he checks the closet, a shadow slowly rises behind him.
Drop the gun. I am in here giving life, but I will take yours if you even twitch.
2 gunshots ring out. Right then, the police chief arrives. With one powerful kick, he knocks the bad guy down and rescues the husband. The husband races upstairs and sees.
It's a girl.
What a brave woman. A woman had a bomb collar around her neck. The killer told her that if she stopped, the bomb would explode, but the police told her there was no tracking system on the collar. Stopping wouldn't be dangerous. She chose to trust the police, but as soon as she stopped, to find out who the killer was, the police checked the security footage from her house, but the killer had avoided the cameras, so they couldn't see his face clearly. At the same time, a car sped dangerously through the streets. The police chased after it, only to find another bomb collar. To calm the man down, the police told him to listen to some music, but as soon as he turned on the radio, he heard the news. The woman had been killed in the explosion. The man was terrified. He immediately pulled over, ignoring the police's warnings. He reached for the collar, ready to cut it off. The police quickly cleared the area, but then something unexpected happened. The bomb didn't go off.
I'm alive!
Later, the bomb squad confirmed it wasn't a motion-triggered bomb. It was a timed bomb. There were only 3 minutes left. Luckily, he cut it just in time. Soon, the police discovered the bomber's identity. His name was M. A while ago, his company sent his sister overseas for an illegal deal. Because of that, she was killed by criminals. To get revenge, M decided to frame the company's top executives one by one. The police rushed to M's house. They found him sitting outside, waiting for them. This time, the bomb was set for 43 minutes, because his sister had suffered for 43 minutes before she died. When the police reached the CEO, they found him live streaming. M wanted him to admit his wrongdoing, live for everyone to see.
I'm sorry. We let her die. It was my fault. I made the call. Susan Dormer is dead because of me.
After the executive apologized, M finally agreed to tell the police how to defuse the bomb. Cut the green wire, he said, just before the officer made the cut.
Wait!
The female officer suddenly noticed something strange about M's expression. She had a feeling the real answer was the red wire. Cutting the green wire was a trap. The chief trusted her judgment. He cut the red wire. The collar unlocked. If your loved one was framed, what would you do? The boy is just playing with his toy gun. But the cops who rush over break into a cold sweat, because that gun is real.
Calvin! Give me the gun, baby, please, give me the gun. Calvin!
Hey, Calvin?
But the kid acts like he can't hear a thing, waving the gun around wildly. A gunshot rings out. The world falls silent. His mother collapses in a pool of blood. The boy cries. The cop stares at blood-soaked hands, his rage boiling over, because he knows exactly who is responsible. The suspect he just arrested, Curly. While on patrol, the cop had sensed something was off about them, so he lined them up and frisked them one by one. One of them turned and took off running. The cop chased him down for a long time. He finally caught him, but there was no gun, just a pocket full of bullets. The guy must have thrown the gun away while running, and the kid happened to pick it up, which led to the tragedy just now. He storms toward the patrol car.
You did this.
I didn't do nothing.
It was your gun!
Prove it.
The cop swears he will arrest Curly, but reality hits him hard.
I'm not charging him.
You're kidding me. Why not?
You never saw the gun in his possession and his prints weren't on it.
A pocket full of bullets isn't enough to convict him. Once the detention time is up, they have to let him go. Then, the captain brings some good news.
Ballistics came back on the gun the kid fired. It was used in the unsolved murder on the ship.
They took DNA from the gun back then, but there is no match in the system. Curly's DNA happened to be not in the system either. If they collect his sample now, they can confirm if the gun is his. But when they reach the holding cell, Curly was released 10 minutes ago. Is he really just going to walk free? That night, a colleague approaches him. This coworker suggests he revise his report, making up a lie that Curly was seen with a gun at the time. But for someone as honest and principled as he, lying is out of the question.
Right and wrong matter. Otherwise, why bother pinning on the bad?
Besides, he has another way to get Curly. His father is a criminal too. The guy is tough, but the cop is even tougher. He swears if he doesn't confess to Curly's hideout,
years I will spend making your life a living hell if you don't come clean.
The man finally gives in. Curly is arrested. His DNA matches. The gun is his. And now, all that awaits him is a lifetime behind bars. The girl was tortured by a psychopath for 3 days.
just kill me.
You're still having fun.
No.
She jolts awake and thinks it was just a nightmare until she reaches for the newspaper. It wasn't a dream. Reed was really set free. The man who raped and murdered 3 girls actually had a fan club. As Reed hails a taxi, Detective Ray stops him. Reed smirks arrogantly.
So if you want to keep your badge, you better stay off my ass.
Really? Enjoy your reprieve. It won't last long.
Good seeing you, though. And your girlfriend.
Partner.
I'll bet.
Watching him walk away, Ray assigns a 24-hour surveillance team, but Reed wastes no time. He tracks down the girl who agreed to testify against him.
Scared me to death.
Shaking with rage, the girl charges at Reed, screaming curses. Ray slams him against the wall and hauls him in, but without solid evidence, they have no choice but to let him go. That night, another innocent girl is brutally attacked, her wounds identical to Reed's method. But after investigating, the real perpetrator is found. A die-hard fan of Reed's, this guy, along with his partner, had even created a twisted website called Little Stab Club. The girl is home alone. A shadow appears outside her door. Heart pounding, she hides inside her closet, holding her breath. A mysterious figure steps inside, wielding a 3-foot-long knife. He presses play on his murder playlist. The girl knows this song all too well. It sends chills down her spine, just as she prepares for the worst.
Come here. Here, hey, come here.
Suddenly, Ray and his team burst in, but the man isn't Reed, it's his fanatical partner. Ray immediately dials his sister, Irene, reminding her to be careful. Reed might come after her, but Irene shrugs it off. After hanging up, she even calls her father to set up a dinner date, but when she arrives home, she sees a security guard, lies motionless on the ground. Panic sets in. She kicks off her heels, trying to slip away unnoticed, only to run straight into Reed. Irene drops her bag and bolts.
Just getting started. Mine now.
Reed tackles her to the ground.
Looking at those long legs of yours, crossing them and uncrossing them under the table.
Her father appears, gun in hand. Without hesitation, he puts a bullet right through Reed's head. 2 high school girls are sitting in a car, video chatting with a friend, when something on the screen makes them scream.
Oh my God! Madison?
The police arrive at the scene to collect evidence, find blood on the ceiling. Did someone with superhuman strength throw the victim up there? When her classmates and teachers hear about what happened, they all mention a student named Jordan, who seems to have special abilities.
What's for lunch, Jordan? Linoleum?
But after Madison's death, Jordan suddenly disappears from school. The police track down Jordan's friend, Lucas, hoping he knows where she went. At the time, Lucas is working on a prom setup, stained with blue paint. He tells the police the last place he saw Jordan. Sure enough, the police find her there. Jordan tells the police the story behind the bullying. She once ran into Madison in the Russian literature section of the library, but Madison threatened her to keep quiet about it. From that moment on, Madison never stopped tormenting her. While investigating the library, the police notice an unusual disturbance. In the dust on the bookshelves, one book has been removed recently, and inside, they find bonds worth over $1 million. The owner of the stolen bonds is one of Madison's father's clients. The client flees the U.S. due to a paranormal event. There's also a ring hidden in the book, a ring that was stolen just a few days ago. Police found multiple other similar burglaries in this neighborhood. At the same time, Madison's financial records catch the police's attention. She frequently stayed out all night. Her outings happen to match the time frames of these burglaries, but the police find something strange at the crime scene. Blue paint footprints. And who else has been working with blue paint lately? Lucas. Paranormal event takes place in the school cafeteria. Lucas just happens to be there. Could he be the one with real superpowers? The police go to Lucas's house and witness objects floating in the air.
Don't move. It's not what you think.
Don't hurt her!
Then Lucas steps forward and admits he's the one behind everything. Turns out, these so-called paranormal events are nothing more than special effects. Lucas is a special effects enthusiast. He created all these floating tricks using fishing lines and magnets. At first, he just wanted to scare off the girls who bullied Jordan, but Madison found out his secret and blackmailed him into using his skills to help her. The video that scared the two best friends? That was Lucas's work. She had staged the whole thing to prank her friends, but the police now realize the real killer used this video to stage a paranormal murder scene. And besides Madison and Lucas, only one other person knew about the video. The police searched the best friend's storage room and discover the stolen goods Madison had taken.
Care to explain?
They also find that one of the girls had tried to back out of Madison's theft scheme.
I just wanted out.
But Madison had threatened her. Terrified, she killed Madison and used the video to fake a supernatural murder scene, creating both an alibi and a witness. The seemingly perfect murder is eventually revealed.